So since we're doing weird and different, I'm going to try an impression I've never tried before. I wrote this earlier today, all right? Hola amigos, me llamo Seamus O'Finnegan O'Toole. That's a Spanish leprechaun. Arr, they're after me, charms de suerte. Have you heard? There's an Irish accent going around. Wouldn't that be cool if accents were contagious? Your friend would call you, be like, hey, we're going out tonight. You'd be like, no, I came down with Australian. I like accents. Sometimes, just to pass the time, when I'm bored, I'll think in an accent. That was Italian. I actually, accents kind of are contagious a little bit. I had an accent when I was a little kid because my family lived in Ireland when I was age 1. And I don't remember any of this. But apparently I had an Irish accent until I was 6. Crazy, right? Wild and different. But Irish accent, great accent, best accent. My favorite word, I looked that one up, it's the best accent. My favorite word in the Irish accent is ting, as in, here's the ting. Fucking love it. I wish I had an Irish accent. Apparently when we came back to the States, I was like 5 years old, and we were staying with some family friends. And I woke the whole house up at 4 in the morning, just rummaging in the kitchen. And the family friends came downstairs and were like, Will, what on earth are you doing? And I was like, where's the fucking cereal? Here's the ting. I wish. I also lived in Spain for 6 months when I was in 5th grade. That was bonkers. My parents did not speak Spanish, and me and my siblings did not speak Spanish. So my parents just told us, hey, if somebody starts talking to you in Spanish, just say, no hablas español, which does not mean I don't speak Spanish. It does mean you don't speak Spanish. So I was just this 9-year-old walking around Madrid, like, you don't speak Spanish. You don't speak Spanish. No, Spain is a crazy place, man. España, they call it there. And one of the weird things about it, they have bullfights. If you like sports with underdogs who get murdered, you should check out a bullfight. It seems unfair, though. It seems like it's kind of rigged against the bull. You know, like the matador, the tight pants, sexy dude. He always gets home field advantage. I'd like to see a matador win an away game. You know, just like a pasture. Like 50 bulls. I don't think he's gonna win that bullfight. So there was one time my parents took us out to a restaurant and they were playing a bullfight on the television. Everybody was watching. And the bull, to put this into American terms, the bull scored a touchdown. With his horns. And my brother, who loves an underdog, went, woo! And the whole place just got completely quiet. And the manager runs over and is just like, look, we take this stuff really seriously. Honestly, it's probably better if you just leave. And my dad was like, sir, you don't speak Spanish. Oh, I've been working on my morning routine, as in I need a new morning routine. It's rough, man. So I was hanging out with my friend Keith, pronounced Keith. Oh, sorry, I forgot. You guys can't see how it's spelled. So I was hanging out with Keith, and I said, Keith, what's your morning routine? And Keith said, and I quote, I have a different routine every day. I said, Keith, that is literally the exact opposite of what a routine is. tough though, man. I work for myself, so I'm my own boss, which sucks. Because I am the coolest fucking boss. Like the best boss you could ask for. I'll just call in at like 11 a.m. Be like, hey boss, vibes are a little bit off today. Gonna call in with off vibes. And then my boss will be like, oh dude, that sounds bad. Make sure to smoke a bowl and juggle a soccer ball. Those emails you were supposed to respond to yesterday, they can wait a week. It's fine. Yeah, no, it's tough, man, it's tough. Especially this time of year, right? Like I get the winter blues. Anybody else get the winter blues?
Yeah.
That's the right response. Somebody's like, fuck yeah, winter blues! It's tough, man. We live in Wisconsin. It gets dark at 1 p.m. That's an exaggeration. It gets really dark and it's hard, right? It's tough. So I was looking for a cure for melancholy. And I found one right away on Craigslist under a post titled Cure for Melancholy. And only red flag is the person who posted it was a toad. It's a true story. And so I read it, and it was the toad advertised what he called a panacea for all your major and minor woes and despairs. I was like, that's exactly what I'm fucking looking for. So I took my dirigible down to the swamp. True story. And I met up with the toad in his little toad hut. And it was like good overall first impression, nice place, good vibes. And so I was talking to the toad, his name is Zabugafu Lulibek, and it's just his name. He showed me his homemade tincture. And he told me that it was made out of firefly glow and the shadows of telephone wires and the slowness of clouds and hose water on a summer day and reminders of home and a star in a puddle and the soft part of a needle and the point of a poem. I was like, yeah, dude, this sounds I'll have that, like right now. So I tried it. And I was ebullient, I tell you. I was very happy, which is, I think, what ebullient means. And unfortunately, it only lasted like 4 hours. Then I came down, and I was in even more despair and sadness than before, alone in a swamp with a toad. That's the very relatable story of how I accidentally bought Molly from a toad. I'm Will Santino. Thanks for coming out.